Welcome in then to the latest edition of Extra Time. Shaka Hislop with me here in the studio. Don Hutchison also joins us. And the first time in a long time, Colin Udoh is with us as well.
Before we get to the questions, you said something during the show. You can watch two games at once on ESPN+?
It depends. Like if you're watching it on, for example, I watch mine on my Xbox.
Oh, with two different devices?
No, same device, but it gives you the opposite of multiple screens.
Really?
Yes, but it's only with different platforms in which you watch it. So if you have an Xbox, sign into ESPN+, bish bash bosh, there you go.
Oh, so I can't just do it on my phone. I can't watch multiple games on my phone or my iPad.
I don't know why you won't have to pick holes in our boss's platform, Jack.
I'm just trying to figure out what I can watch.
I'm just saying, well, you can have one on your phone and one on the TV then.
Yeah, well, that's what I do now. But the way you made it sound as though I could watch both at the same time.
It depends. Do you have an Xbox? Watch it on there.
I do have an Xbox.
Right, this is live, Shaq. We can't edit all this nonsense out. Right, there we are. Sorry about this, Colin. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, we've got to talk about what Don learned today as we were preparing for the show.
Days.
Bro, yeah.
What did you learn, Don?
Mind blown.
OK, tell us.
Well, you know tech's not my friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I got my laptop, I switched it on, I've been away for a couple of weeks, I've done all the notifications, I've done all the stuff that makes it sort of super duper. And then I got asked a question from one of the girls in the gallery, the boss, and I've gone like that. 2 thumbs up. Yeah! And that's happened. What's happened there? And apparently, if you do 2 thumbs down, I think rain comes or something.
Oh, yes!
What's happening?
Oh, man!
Mate, if Burley's ever doing a show from home, he should just have the rain all the time on it to
All
sum
sorts
up
go on.
That's great.
I know, look at me. Oh, dear me. Look at this.
Honestly.
And my son calls me a boomer. Oh, man. All right, then, let's get to the big questions. Does Shaka tie his own tie? His tie knots are always impeccable.
Yeah, I do. Of course I do. Who else would tie my tie?
I don't know, maybe you'd ask me to do it.
You? I've never seen you in a tie.
I'd have to have one of those police ones. You know,
Yeah.
just clip on so you
thank
get
you very
choked.
much for noticing. My tie is always well done.
Right, Colin. God, this is mean, considering you've been away for a while. Colin, which Nigeria loss in AFCON hurt the most?
Oh, man.
The Tunisia one hurt me, and I'm not even Nigerian.
No, could you repeat that?
In the history of AFCON, which Nigeria loss hurt you the most?
Oh, that's easy. The 2000 African Cup final against Cameroon at home in Lagos. Ikpeba missing a penalty. I was totally and completely heartbroken. It was our AFCON, we were at home, and everybody expected us to win. Cameroon went 2 goals up. We came back 2-2. It went to penalties. And, you know, Ikpeba had a penalty that everybody thought was a miss, but it was a goal. And trust me, till tomorrow, nobody in Nigeria forgets the name of Moradami, Tunisian referee. And I'm not alone. Almost every other Nigerian who's a football fan who watched that game remains heartbroken about that one till tomorrow.
At least everyone seems to have got over it quite nicely, Colin.
Just moved on.
That's it. Don, which African player, past or present, would you have enjoyed playing alongside?
Ooh, that's
You know what I'm going to say. Colin knows what I'm going to say. Victor Osimhen.
Oh,
You know my love for him.
yes.
You know my love for
George
Victor.
Weah. It's got to be George Weah. Gotta
what
be.
a player.
Yeah.
What a player.
We've got a question actually about Osimhen a little bit later on.
JJ Okocha, that's a winner right there,
Yes,
too.
yeah,
Good call,
exactly.
Colin.
Yeah, Samuel Eto'o, yeah, it's a good list.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'm getting all excited.
Okay.
Carry on, Dan.
Thank you. What type of effect will the African Cup of Nations have on Onana's season, Shaka? How did you find it transitioning between international duties as a goalkeeper?
No
Well, you
big
weren't
deal.
as much trouble, let's be honest.
What?
You weren't as much trouble as Onana seems to have been.
No, well, I mean, the whole history, well, certainly recent history with Onana and the national team and song is just an odd one. I don't think that this helps. For me, I loved going back to play for Trinidad and Tobago. It was always a welcome change. I'm not sure that Onana's thinking the same right now, again, given that kind of relationship. I don't think the two are very separate, and I think players compartmentalise really well in that regard.
Colin, what have the Cameroon fans made of this, the Onana and Son situation?
Well, look, it can't get any worse, can it? I mean, he's bad enough at Man United. It comes to Cameroon, it's even worse. So I don't think it gets any worse than this. Again, Cameroon just want to win. And, Onana came in. They were happy to see him come. And then he comes in and makes 2 errors. I had people who were actually fighting me on social media, arguing that he didn't make any mistake in that game. And then you had those who were almost, they just wanted to get on the screen and grab him and, do some good things to him for the mistakes he made. So it's divided opinion, but really, I think at the end of the day, the distraction is not necessary.
We talked about this on the show, and a lot of people have been asking this, Colin. How have the Ivory Coast capitulated so badly? Do you think sacking the manager at this stage is a good decision when they have a round of 16 match so soon?
Look, it's never a good decision to sack the manager. And I think the Cote d'Ivoire Federation, took a knee-jerk reaction because, look, everybody knew they weren't out yet and they were in a good position to advance with their points and goal difference. But they chose to fire the manager. And then midway through, they were like, oh, oops, looks like we made a mistake. So let the manager do his job up until the point where, it's completely and totally, the damage is completely done. And then you can let him go. There's little else that can be lost from here. So I think that was a knee-jerk reaction that was not necessary. And they should stick with him until the end of the tournament, at least, or until the end of their tournament, wherever that is.
This question is for Colin. Does he think Osimhen will be a good signing for Chelsea?
Oh, yes, I think. I think so. Look, Chelsea, interestingly, have been really good to Nigeria players. Celestin Babayaro has been there, did great. John Mikel Obi went there and did great. And even Mike Emmanuel, even though he wasn't a player, was there and did good. I think his son is even now being fast-tracked to the youth ranks at Chelsea. So I think Chelsea will be a great place for Victor Osimhen. The one place I wouldn't like to see him go, no matter what happens and no matter how much money they give him, is Manchester United.
Where do you think he will go, Colin?
To be honest, I don't know at this time. I think he will go. He probably will end up in the Premier League. Where, I don't know. To be honest.
Where would you go, Don? Don't say into
If I was Osimhen, well,
yes.
I mean, listen, you want to go to the biggest clubs in the world, and that's Real Madrid. You want to go there. But what's happening with Kylian Mbappe? There's every chance that he's going to go there on a free in the summer. Can they afford to pay the buyout clause of about 130 million? Probably not, on top of the wages that Mbappe is going to demand. I think if you're Osimhen, try the Premier League, come to the Premier League, but there's only a handful of clubs.
Which club, Don? I don't need a big lecture. Which club would you go to if you were him in the Premier League?
Well, if I was him in the Premier League, I'd go to Liverpool.
Right, there we go. Good.
Yeah. But he wants to go to Chelsea.
I want to know why Colin doesn't want to see Osimhen at Manchester United. Why?
Why do you hate Manchester United, Colin?
Look, Manchester right now are a place where great players go to die. So
Chelsea is much better.
Well, Chelsea, like I said, Chelsea have got antecedents with helping Nigeria players develop and reach their potential. And if he doesn't make it there, he can always go elsewhere and get better. But Manchester United right now is not the place for Osimhen to be.
Here we go, Colin. This is a very easy question for you. Start, bench, or drop. Here we go. Rank these 3 African legends.
No.
Samuel Eto'o, George Weah, JJ Okocha.
Sorry. Okay. I think. What was the question?
So you've got to start one, you've got to drop one, and you've got to bench one.
But if he was in the AFCON, I'd definitely start Samuel Eto'o. Now, if he was outside the AFCON and say maybe in Europe, I'll start George Weah. I'll start George Weah and bench Eto'o. But if it was AFCON, I'm definitely starting Samuel Eto'o and benching George Weah.
And JJ's gone. That's it.
Well, I mean, like I said, it depends on where it is. I mean, if it's the AFCON, I'm starting Eto'o, benching JJ and dropping Weah. If it's in Europe, I'm starting Weah, benching Eto'o, and unfortunately, my man JJ misses out.
What are you doing?
I'm starting George Weah.
At the AFCON? George Weah didn't do anything at the AFCON.
I'm picking a team for everything here.
Right.
I love Samuel Eto'o. I love George Weah and JJ Okocha. And so I'm finding it really hard to say bench Samuel Eto'o. Who does that? find it even harder to say drop JJ Okocha. Who does that? But unfortunately, that's my 3.
Don?
Well, if we're dropping JJ Okocha, is that him dropped from the team altogether?
Yes.
Yeah, it's harsh, that, isn't it?
I want to play all 3. I'm with you. I'm with you, Don. I want to play all 3.
I think if I'm picking a game to win tomorrow, I'm picking George Weah up front. I'm putting Eto'o on the bench, and I'm dropping JJ Okocha.
There you go. By the way, Don, how was Hong Kong? You were there. Luis Garcia was there as well, wasn't he?
Lewis was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, played him. It was a Paul Scholes 11 versus a Michael Owen 11, and their team, by the way, was ridiculous. They had Ryan Giggs, they had Figo, they had Gilberto Silva, who looked about 25, they had Perez, who looked about 26.
Wow.
They were ridiculous, and we had Luis Garcia.
Oh, no. So I guess you lost, Don, yes?
No, he was brilliant. We lost 5-2.
And what was your mark out of 10? What did the newspapers give you?
Probably about a 4 because I got nowhere near Figo. I bounced off him like you wouldn't believe. And he scored a hat-trick. I played centre-half.
And then I saw you got Luis Figo's shirt afterwards, which I imagine if Craig and Stevie here would shout at you for quite a lot for that.
It was. Do you know what it was? He was so nice. He was ruthless during the game. Like he still got the ability. He was still wanting to score like ridiculous goals. He scored a hat-trick, and the high caliber goals were amazing. But like he was chatting away, and I was just having that much of a nightmare against him. I thought, got nowhere near him. I might as well take one of the twins. I might as well get a shirt for one of the twins. And I asked him, and he went, Hutchison.
Oh, it's for the kids now.
As we are.
Exactly.
So you got one twin a shirt and not the other?
So you
Well, I
give it to
bowled
which
in
one was
with
your
a
favourite
shirt.
twin?
And I went, that's for 2 of you. Share it.
I
But the football one took it, and the other one went, I'm all right.
Oh, you should have got him something. And what about the baby?
He don't need nothing yet. He's causing havoc. He's causing havoc.
Obligatory percentage question, Don. What's the percentage chance Spurs finish top 4?
I think 50-50. I think between them and Villa.
Yeah.
I think the top 3 in any order is pretty much set. But I think 4th is Villa at the minute and Tottenham 50-50.
Final question, Shaka. What non-football sporting event that you've never been to would you like to go to in person?
NBA Finals.
Yes?
Yeah. Why? Well, because you know me, Dan. But I've been to the Olympics.
All right.
So other than that, well, other than that, what else is there?
Super Bowl?
I don't fancy that.
No. Fair enough.
Yeah, I'll watch that on TV.
Yeah, well, you fell asleep at the World Cup final, so...
No, it was not the World Cup finals. It was a warm-up game.
Yeah, right. Colin, which event would you like to go to that you haven't been to that's non-football?
What event would I like to go to that is non-football?
Yeah.
Non-football or non-sport? Well, is it non-sport or just anything except football?
You can go with anything you want,
Wherever
Colin.
you want.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so there's this thing that happens in TNT, like I think like a festival sort of. Definitely love to go there with Shaka, but outside
Carnival.
of that, the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl and Carnival. There we go. Have you
Yeah,
seen
the
Shaka in his
Carnival,
feathers?
exactly. If Shaka's gonna take me, I'm down for that.
Hey?
No
Let's
mention
go.
of me there, Colin.
It's on, Colin. It's on.
There you go. What about you, Don?
No mention of me there, Colin. Shaka, am I not invited?
I'm worried what would happen to your eyebrows in the Trinidad and Tobago sun.
Imagine me going to a carnival. You'd never see me ever again.
What do you want to do, Don?
I think I'm with Shaq, but I want to be transported to sort of, when did Jordan play? Late 80s, early 90s?
Yeah.
That's the
It's a
golden
time
era.
machine. You got to go back in time and watch.
Colin doesn't even want to go to a sporting event. He wants to go to a carnival.
Super Bowl. You've got a time machine going back. Let's go back to 1966. Watch that. Don wants to go back to Wembley when he scored against England. Banging on about that.
Well,
Right, Don. Where would you like to go? What would you like to do?
top of my head, Pebble Beach, golf.
Pebble Beach golf.
Done that as well. Where would you like to go?
Oh, cricket in the West Indies would be fantastic.
Oh, it's magic.
How cool would that
It
be?
is magic.
That'd be really
that's a good
awesome.
call.
I'd very
I've been
much
there
enjoy
too.
that.
I've been
Or
there.
Australia as well. That is it. Thank you very much. Cheers, Colin. Thank you, Don. We'll be back tomorrow for more to see what else Don has learned. And, of course, reflecting on Spurs against City and Chelsea Villa.